I tried to hit those high notes, warm them up.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
I can't believe it's almost time.
I know, right? All those people out there waiting to hear us sing Padre Nuestro.
It's amazing when you think about it. This prayer goes all the way back to the 1st century.
It does.
Imagine that, singing something so ancient and so powerful.
Focus now, Jose. We must be instruments of the soul tonight.
Remember what Father Francisco said. It's a prayer, a conversation with God.
You're right. You always know what to say.
I've never seen so many people come out for an Andalusian choir concert before. We're actually singing Padre Nuestro tonight for the Archbishop himself.
Yes. All those people tonight, their hopes and prayers, they're with us. Our voices, they have to be strong and clear, worthy.
Worthy, like a fine Rioja, aged to perfection, yeah?
See?
Should we warm up? Just a little Padre Nuestro, maybe, to calm the nerves. Padre Nuestro que estás en los cielos.
Santificado sea tu nombre.
Venga tu reino, hágase tu voluntad.
Aquí en la tierra como en el cielo.
Maria, that already, it feels like a prayer. Just that.
Indeed, Jose. Every word, every single word, imbued with such depth and simplicity.
Padre nuestro, que estás en los cielos, santificado sea tu nombre siempre. Venga tu reino, sea tu voluntad, aquí en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día, perdona nuestras ofensas también, como nosotros perdonamos a otros, líbranos de todo mal. Amén. Escucha nuestro clamor sincero, guía nuestro andar por el sendero, tu luz divina entre las sombras, eterna fe en tu amor asombroso. No nos dejes caer en la tentación, ayúdanos a ser mejor cada día, que tu paz nos envuelva por siempre y tu amor nos guarde noche y día. En tus manos ponemos nuestras vidas, confiados en tu misericordia y gracia. Que el sol brille en nuestros corazones y la esperanza nunca se desplace. Escucha nuestro clamor sincero, guía nuestro andar por el sendero, tu luz divina entre las sombras, eterna fe en tu amor asombroso. Escucha nuestro clamor sincero, guía nuestro andar por el sendero, tu luz divina entre las sombras, eterna fe en tu amor asombroso.
Maria, water. I need water. My heart's still going crazy after that performance. The audience was something else.
I know, right? You could really feel their energy. I think we left everything we had out there on the stage tonight.
Yeah, totally. I haven't felt that good after a show in I don't know how long. Must be the Padre Nuestro. There's just something about that song that, gets to you.
Oh, it really is something special. It's funny. While we were singing, I was thinking about the prayer, how we all learned it when we were kids. And the poet turned it into something so powerful and moving.
It's true. It's like the words take on a whole new meaning, when they're sung.
And I was thinking, maybe some of those differences are because of the song, like how a song has to be structured. You can't just put all the details of a prayer into a song, not if you want to keep the melody and the rhythm. So the poet had to make choices about what to emphasize, what to leave out, what to add.
Like a master chef, adding a pinch of saffron to classic paella. It's still paella, but with a touch of magic. So where do we begin this dive?
Let's start at the beginning, the first verse. The song opens with Padre Nuestro que estás en los cielos.
And in Latin, Padre Noster, qui es in calices.
Sí. Our Father who art in heaven. A simple, direct address to God. Yet the song, it makes a subtle change, you see, and that speaks volumes.
Change. I didn't notice anything different.
It's in the plural, Jose, los cielos, instead of el cielo, heaven. A very subtle shift. It opens up a world of possibilities.
Now that you mention it, I hear it. But what does it mean, this use of los cielos?
It could suggest a vastness, a greater sense of awe and wonder. The heavens, plural. A hint at the infinite expanse of God's creation. A realm beyond our comprehension.
Like standing on a mountaintop, gazing at the endless stars. It makes you feel small.
That makes me think of something you said a while back about the Apostle Paul. He wrote about being caught up to the third heaven, remember? So maybe there's more than one heaven, different levels or dimensions, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It's in other traditions, too, Jewish, Christian, like the idea of seven heavens. Different realms of the spirit.
And it hints at these fascinating theological concepts.
Okay.
Like the celestial hierarchy.
Okay.
With different levels of heaven leading closer to the divine presence.
Right.
Think of it like those ancient depictions of angels ascending and descending Jacob's ladder.
Wow.
Each step representing a higher spiritual realm.
That's an awesome image.
I mean, even in the original Greek text of the Lord's Prayer in Matthew 6:9,
okay,
the word used is arenoi,
okay,
which is the plural form. And if we look at the Latin Vulgate, the key translation from the 4th century, it uses calis, also plural.
Wow, so this concept of a multi-layered heaven has been present
absolutely
in interpretations of the prayer for centuries. So many layers of meaning. I love it. Okay, next line. Santificado sea tu nombre siempre.
May your name always be sanctified.
Now the always, the siempre, it's not the original prayer, but it really puts emphasis on like how holy God's name is and how it's always holy.
Yeah, it adds something, doesn't it? Like it's saying God's name wasn't just holy at one point. It will always be holy, forever, through all of time.
And musically, it fits perfectly, that soaring melody.
Aegis et Thomasu in Greek.
And the Latin sanctificetur noventum, it doesn't say always, but it's implied because God's name, it's his holy, always has been.
Right. It's like the Latin is more about, who God is, and the song is talking about how it's forever. Subtle but powerful. And notice how the song, it streamlines the next line. It asks for God's kingdom and his will to come in one powerful phrase. Venga tu reino, sea tu voluntad.
It leaves out the Hagasi, be done from the traditional prayer. Why do you think they combine them like that?
My guess, the rhythm, got to keep that melody flowing.
It does feel more direct and more urgent, like a heartfelt plea bursting forth.
It is. In Greek, it's itasto ebasileasu, genito tilimisu. And in Latin, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua. It is a cry from the soul, Jose, a longing for God's presence to manifest right here, right now. And that's emphasized further by the next line. Aquí en la tierra como en el cielo.
The addition of aquí here, it makes it so personal, so immediate. Like we're saying, God, we need your presence here in our lives right now in this very moment.
Jose, in Latin, that's sicut in caelo et in terra. Now, Jose, the second verse, takes a turn towards our everyday needs, and the complexities of forgiveness. It's like moving from the grand cosmic scale to something much more personal. What do you say?
See, I see that. It starts with the familiar, Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Give us today our daily bread. Simple but profound. No, We're acknowledging our dependence on something bigger than ourselves, even for the basics.
Exactly. Whether it's literal bread or the nourishment we need for our souls, we're admitting we're not self-sufficient. It's a humbling thought, but also a comforting one. In Greek, it's tatanimeton epioson oposon nos semion. And in Latin, panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodis.
I think there's a part that always makes me stop and think, perdona nuestras ofensas también. Forgive our offenses as well, that también as well. It adds this extra weight, this plea for understanding.
It's almost like we're anticipating the next line.
Like we're leading into it.
Como nosotros perdonamos a otros, as we forgive others. We're asking for forgiveness, but also acknowledging our need to give it freely to others.
It's like a mirror, isn't it?
It is.
We can't truly ask for God's forgiveness if we're holding on to grudges and bitterness.
It's a powerful challenge, Jose. To forgive is divine, they say. It's not easy, but it's essential for spiritual growth. Askeniens, affimentos, aphiletais in Greek, and sicut et nos dimitimus debitoribus nostris in Latin.
And then comes this line, Libra nos de todo mal, amen. Deliver us from all evil, amen. When I sing those words, it's like I can feel the weight of all the darkness of the world pressing down, and I'm crying out for protection.
It's not just evil, is it? It's todo mal, all evil.
Right.
It's a recognition of the forces beyond our control, the temptations that can lead us astray.
Scary thought.
In Latin, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. A powerful ending. The traditional prayer, it simply asks to be delivered from evil, but the song intensifies it with todo all.
It's a plea for complete protection,
Yeah.
leaving no room for doubt. It's like we're saying, God, shield us from every shadow, every temptation, every evil that lurks in this world.
And that, Jose, that brings us to the chorus, a beautiful addition, not found in the traditional prayer.
Ah, yes, the chorus. It's like a soaring melody that lifts the prayer to new heights.
It does, a layer of emotional intensity. The chorus, it begins with, Escucha nuestro clamor sincero, hear our sincere cry. A direct appeal to God, emphasizing the raw emotion, the unfiltered emotion behind the prayer.
We're not just reciting words, are we? We're pouring out our hearts, bearing our souls.
Precisely, Jose. And then comes this line that speaks to our journey through life. Guía nuestro andar por el sendero. Guide our steps along the path.
It's like we're acknowledging that life is a journey, and we need God's guidance every step of the way.
You see, it doesn't specify which path. It could be the path of faith, the path of righteousness, or just the path that each one of us is meant to walk in this life.
That's what makes it so universal, so relatable. And then we have this incredibly powerful image, tu luz divina entre las sombras, your divine light among the shadows.
Oh, yes. It's like a beacon of hope, piercing through the darkness. Even in our darkest moments, even when we feel lost and alone, God's light is still there, guiding us toward hope and healing.
It's a reminder that we're never truly abandoned, that even when we can't see it, God's love, it surrounds us.
And the chorus ends with a beautiful declaration of faith. Eterna fe en tu amor asombroso. Eternal faith in your amazing love, a powerful affirmation of our trust in God, a belief that his love is unwavering even in the face of adversity.
It leaves us with a sense of peace.
Yeah.
A sense of knowing that no matter what challenges we face, God's love, it's our constant companion. And then this third verse, the one with the temptation line.
It delves into deeper themes of personal growth and surrender, starting with a familiar plea, no nos dejes caer en la tentación. Lead us not into temptation.
A reminder that we're all susceptible to temptation, that we need God's help to resist those forces that might lead us astray.
In Greek, it's kami essenis emes perasmen, and in Latin, et ne nos inducas in tentationem. These ancient words, they speak to the universal human struggle with temptation, a struggle that transcends language and culture. But then the song adds a line that's not found in the traditional prayer. Ayúdanos a ser mejor cada día. Help us to be better each day.
It's a beautiful addition, isn't it? It's not just about avoiding evil, it's about striving for something more. It's about actively seeking to improve ourselves, to become the best versions of ourselves.
It's a call to action, Jose, an invitation to embark on a journey of spiritual growth and self-discovery. And then there's this line that resonates with such a sense of longing. Que tu paz nos envuelva por siempre. May your peace surround us forever.
It's like a sigh of relief, a a yearning for that deep, abiding peace that only God can offer, a peace that transcends the chaos and turmoil of this world.
And this verse concludes with another powerful image. Y tu amor nos guarde noche y día, and may your love keep us night and day.
A plea for God's constant protection, for his love to be our shield against the darkness.
The fourth verse takes us even deeper into the heart of prayer, starting with this profound act of surrender. En tus manos ponemos nuestras vidas. Into your hands we place our lives. It's a recognition that our lives, they're not our own, that we're ultimately dependent on God.
It's the ultimate act of faith. It's about letting go and trusting in a power greater than ourselves. And then the next line, it reinforces this surrender. Confiados en tu misericordia y gracia. Trusting in your mercy and grace.
We place our lives in God's hands, not because we're perfect, but because we believe in his infinite mercy and grace.
It's a humbling acknowledgement of our own human frailty and a testament to the power of God's love to redeem us. And then the song, it shifts its focus to the power of hope and the light that resides within each one of us. Que el sol brille en nuestros corazones, may the sun shine in our hearts.
What a beautiful image, Jose. It speaks to the warmth and joy that come from knowing God's love, a radiance that emanates from within.
It's like God's love is a sunbeam, illuminating our innermost being, chasing away the darkness, and filling us with light.
And then a line that resonates with a sense of resilience and determination. Y la esperanza nunca se desplace, and may hope never be displaced.
It's a prayer for unwavering hope, a belief that even in the darkest of times, there is always a reason to believe, to keep moving forward.
It's a reminder that hope is a powerful force, a beacon that guides us through life's challenges and helps us to find our way back to the light.
And then we're swept away by the chorus once more, reminding us of the sincere cry of our hearts, our yearning for guidance, the divine light that shines in our darkest moments, and our eternal faith in God's amazing love.
It's like a musical tapestry, Jose, weaving together threads of hope, surrender, and unwavering faith.
And finally it concludes with a powerful and resounding Amen, Amen, Amen.
A fitting end to a prayer that has taken us on such a profound journey of the heart.
It's like we've climbed a mountain, Maria, and now we're standing at the summit, gazing out at the vast expanse of God's creation, feeling a sense of awe and gratitude for the beauty and the mystery of it all.
And what's fascinating, Jose, is how the song omits a part of the Lord's Prayer that's often included, the doxology.
The doxology. You mean, for thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Exactly. It's a powerful declaration of praise and adoration, yet it's absent from this musical adaptation. Why do you think that is?
Perhaps it's to shift the focus to a more personal and intimate dialogue with God. It strips away the formality and allows us to connect with the raw emotions of the prayer.
I think you're right, Jose. It's like the song, it's inviting us to have this heartfelt conversation with God, to pour out our hearts without any pretense or ceremony.
It's a reminder that prayer, it isn't about grand gestures or elaborate pronouncements. It's about that quiet, intimate connection between our hearts and the heart of God. And that brings us back to that one word, epiousios. You mentioned it earlier, Maria. And the phrase, give us today our daily bread. It's been swirling in my mind ever since. Such a simple request, and yet it holds these hidden depths.
It's a word that has fascinated theologians and scholars for centuries, Jose. It only appears, in the Lord's Prayer, nowhere else in ancient Greek texts, and the meaning is far from straightforward.
It's like a tiny keyhole, hinting at a vast chamber of knowledge behind it. Tell me more, Maria. Unravel this mystery for us.
Well, the most common translation is daily, referring to the bread we need for physical sustenance each day. But some scholars, they believe that epiousios, it points to something much deeper, more spiritual.
Here we go. I knew there was more to it.
Some, they interpret it as supersubstantial, referring to a bread that nourishes not just the body, but the soul, the bread of life, the spiritual food that sustains us on a deeper level.
So it's not just about asking for enough to eat, but for the spiritual nourishment we need to truly thrive, the things that feed our souls, our hearts, our connection with God.
Exactly, Jose. And then there's the interpretation of epiousios as necessary for existence. This encompasses everything we need to truly live, both physically and spiritually. It's about, recognizing our complete dependence on God for all things.
It's like saying, God, we need you for everything, the air we breathe, the food we eat, the love that sustains us, the hope that God